The girl bit into her climbing backpack and tore a hole, then carefully extracted a thin wire from inside. She straightened the wire with force and bent one end. Slowly, she positioned her trembling legs into a comical pose, lying flat against the 90-degree vertical cliff. She then extended the prepared wire and attempted to hook the climbing rope, which was 2 meters away. In the bottomless chasm, the girl was extremely cautious with every slight movement. Fortunately, her efforts paid off. The end of the wire finally hooked onto the rope. Still, she remained vigilant and carefully retracted the wire. After about 2.5 minutes, she finally grabbed onto the climbing rope. But this was only the first step in her struggle for survival. After securing the rope firmly on the cliff, she began to awkwardly shift her body, using inertia to swing herself to a ledge on the other side of the cliff. She succeeded, but the danger was still present. As she looked at the seemingly endless drop below and the tent left by previous climbers above, she came up with a plan. Using her climbing skills, she started moving closer to the suspended tent step by step. At this point, she resembled an animal that hadn't fully evolved. 3 murderers had arrived directly above her and began searching for the girl hanging on the cliff. Despite the cover of large rocks, the men quickly realized from their calculations that the girl was hiding below them. When the men exposed themselves, the girl showed no intention of climbing further. However, the men above continued to insist that if she handed over evidence of the 3 murders, they would spare her life. They then threw down a rope for her to use. But the girl was no fool. She understood that, given their brutal nature, handing over the camera would bring her closer to death. After some thought, the girl attached a white paper to the rope. When the men saw movement below, they thought she had compromised and quickly pulled up the rope. Seeing only the white paper at the end, one of the men instinctively grabbed it, but it had a message that read, "Say hi to your mother." The men above, enraged by the message, became frantic. The girl smirked slightly and then began to survey her surroundings, preparing to set up a home in place. She secured a clip in a tight crevice above her and used her remaining strength to lift the discarded tent and attach it. As night fell, the 3 murderers above were preparing to cause more trouble. If you want to see the next part, please like and subscribe to the channel so you can get immediate notifications.